Hiking Black Mountain Open Space in San Diego. From Interstate 15, take the Bernardo Center Drive exit and drive 5 miles on Carmel Valley Road to reach the Miners Ridge parking lot. A loop hike of the reserve is doable in a few hours. The difficulty rating for the hike is moderate. The hike begins. I chose to go counterclockwise on the loop through Black Mountain Open Space. Getting some early in the hike views. The communication towers atop Black Mountain appear. Making a right on the Glider Point Trail to visit a lower peak. Branching off of the Glider Point Trail to ascend the peak. The trail continues to Black Mountain, but I made a stopover at Secondary Summit. On the summit of Secondary Summit. Elevation, 1,380 feet. Next task was to visit Black Mountain. The trail goes right up its side. Approaching the summit. On the summit of Black Mountain. The summit shots. Taking a look at a viewpoint. The Summit 360. Crossing over the summit to continue the loop. It goes past the summit and drops below. A scenic resting spot. The lower slopes has some rocky and steep sections. Continuing the loop by staying on the Nighthawk Trail. The trail continues toward Little Black Mountain. The Summit Trail breaks off to the left. Approaching the summit. On the summit of Little Black Mountain. Elevation, 1,370 feet. Leaving the summit and going left as the loop continues. Peak number 4 is close by. The Manzanita Loop circles this summit, but I am going up it. Approaching the summit. On the summit of Manzanita Loop Hill. Elevation, 1,318 feet. Leaving the summit to begin making the push to peak number 5. Ebony Benchmark comes in view at the end of the ridge. Approaching the summit. Going off trail to reach the high point and overlook. On the summit of Ebony Benchmark. Elevation, 1,083 feet. Continuing left as the loop begins to descend the peak. Approaching the canyon floor. Making a left on the canyon floor. The next task shifts to finding a way back to the trailhead. Viewing Black Mountain from across the canyon floor. I needed to utilize the city streets for a little bit. This led me to Carmel Valley Road. Not sure if the locals were amused to see Grizzly Adams venturing out of the hills for a little while. I kept an eye to the left to see if I could find a used trail back into the hills. Eventually, I found it. The trail gradually elevates back into the hills. Then, the loop gets completed near the Miners Ridge parking lot. Mission accomplished. The hike in review. From the parking lot, I started the counterclockwise loop. Along the way, 5 peaks were reached before looping back to the start.